So Jessica, too, welcome to the call. If you can't make it, our calls are Tuesday nights at 6:30. I just had because my whole family was sick, I had to call off sick Friday, ended up working Tuesday night instead. But normally, not normally, I'm trying to start normally having Tuesdays off so I can run my call. But
Laura, if you ever want to, I'll do it for you if you don't feel like rescheduling. I don't care. I like doing that kind of stuff.
Okay, cool. Yeah. In the future, I will absolutely have you do it. So,
okay.
But I feel like I've missed you guys because there's been so many calls where I've not really been around on Tuesdays. I've had really shitty Tuesdays for whatever reason for the last, not shitty, but either, been gone. I've been in the Dominican, which has been so shitty,
So shitty.
Yeah. All right. So it's, I think, June 8th. It's Team Mountain Strong's team call. For recognition, I want to shout out Jessica because she is officially an Emerald today. Unfortunately, I didn't switch on the whatchamacallit, Coach Online Office, but you still are an Emerald. The same thing happened actually to Katie Mazzio, Kelly Dunkling's coach, Kelly Riley's coach. I can't help but call her Kelly Dunkling still. It's so funny. Anyway, it didn't turn over for her, but they said it should all update by tomorrow or something. It's because your coach's order still says 0, but it should turn over. So you are an Emerald and you will get a shout out on our team page as well. But I've been in cahoots with Laura about that. I don't know. Do you know, is Laura working tonight?
I think maybe because I messaged her and didn't get anything.
So anyway, I wanted to just regroup because I have been gone and talk about the schedule for the month and how everybody's feeling. And then I was going to just talk a little bit, and then I maybe will post some stuff in the team page too about reaching out to your cold market and people you don't know. Especially as you get into this a little bit more, Jessica, you'll see, as your warm market are the people that know your friends, maybe even from high school, who you're you can kind of make conversation with, but people who you randomly friend on Facebook that you don't necessarily know. Hold on a second. Hey, Pete! Sorry. It's loud. Sorry, guys.
Is the connection bad for everybody, or is it just me? Is it just me? Okay, Laura, I'm going to sign off and then turn off my Wi-Fi and come on just on cellular.
Okay.
I'll be back.
Okay. I just lost my train of thought. What was I saying, guys? I don't know. Anyway, shout outs to Jessica and to Katie for achieving Emerald this week. I don't know if Kat Dixon has been on a call, especially I know you've been on phone.
Oh, no.
On your face, and she became a diamond. So Kat was a diamond. I think it's almost 4 weeks ago now because I'm entering I think I have 2 more weeks of qualification. So you're killing it. It's awesome.
Yeah, yay.
And then I don't know if we've ever recognized your coach for becoming Emerald.
Yeah, Katie.
Katie, you did?
I did, yep.
Okay,
the
good.
same day that I became Diamond, yep.
Okay. Did I recognize you on a call already?
What's that?
Did I recognize you on a call already?
I don't think we've had a regular team call since
Okay,
then.
so that's even one of the reasons I want to recognize everybody.
We'll just do it today.
Yeah, and then Megan Hill is on. She's trucking along to Diamond. Laura Kendig is trucking along. She just got her first Emerald coach, Jessica. So all is going well. You guys are doing awesome. So anyway, so for me, what I'm planning to do, so I start the 3-day refresh tomorrow. Is anybody else starting the 3-day refresh tomorrow? No?
I'm waiting for mine.
You're waiting for yours. Okay. So there's the team-wide 3-day, business-wide, company-wide 3-day refresh starting tomorrow, but you could also do it after the week of Shanti. My personal plan is I'm going to do the 3-day refresh, do the Shanti week, and I still need to build that up more. I haven't been very much. But people, and then with the Shanti week, all that stuff will be available after that. And I plan to probably just keep repeating Shanti week as long as my body feels okay with it until Shift Shop starts July 12th. So That's the day that will be released. So both of those things we can talk up and show up on Facebook, like whether hopefully most people, most of you participate in Sean Week, even if it's in the middle of a program, it's still, when Beachbody releases new programs, I mean, the only time I really had a hard time wrapping my head around this was the country music one. I actually like country music, but I wasn't like excited about that program at all. So usually it's really good if you can like get on board with the program, do it start to finish, and then show your results, because it, just helps. It's like free advertising for you, So Sean Week, like I said, is 7 new workouts from Shaun T. They're, going to be inspired from his other workouts. So if you've ever done those. And I don't know much more about it than that. I actually was going to go on and look a little bit more into it tonight. Just because I wanted to write a little bit more about it in the next 3 days, because although it would be really nice for people to have their actual supplies, you could still, sell people challenge packs up until then where they would become active and they could start it on Monday with us. And then, within the next couple of weeks and spread throughout, you want to start talking about Shift Shop, because from what I'm hearing, people are like loving it. And Chris is like, I got to work out live with him in the Dominican, and he'll like stop in the middle of the workout and like start talking inspiration. Like he's just very, very inspirational. He's pretty like deep, and I don't know if you guys have ever listened. The way Shaun T talks is really cool in his things, but I've also heard Shaun T speak, and he's very like emotional. They both have come from like hard upbringings. And had like trauma in their past, and they just talk about overcoming it. And so what I just learned about, I know that I'll get to that in a minute actually. Kelly, you and your team are going to do your own challenge group this month, right? So are you starting those tomorrow?
No, it's going to start on Monday. And what we're doing is we're trying to really have each one be completely fresh. So we're not adding any of the people currently in the ongoing one right now until the following Sunday. So they're not going to participate in prep week.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
It's just the new people for prep week. That way, like, there's no workout posts, nothing. It's just like introducing everybody, and then we'll add everybody next weekend or the following weekend.
Okay. Yeah, so I haven't decided about that for my group. Because I want to do Sean Week, so I don't know. I guess I got to think about who I have that's brand new anyway. But you guys can always run your own challenge groups. You're always welcome in mine. I just do feel like recently the challenge groups have gotten so big, I even get lost in them. And like I've been doing this for a couple years, so Kelly Riley, she always thinks that her people like the bigger ones better. I've definitely gotten really good feedback from some of the smaller ones I've done on the challenge tracker. But my one that I'm doing right now, which is only like, I don't know, it's less than 10 people, is about to wrap up anyway. So I'm always open for suggestions for that. And then you're always welcome to run your own too. I also have lots of templates, and there's, even in teambeachbody.com or whatever, you can go to, a 21-day fix template for a challenge group, and it has stuff that helps you, know what to post, when to post it. It usually has like about 1 post a day. And if you have a really small group, you might want to be making sure there's more than 1 post a day, just so it's like a little more interactive and fun. But, if you do like an inspirational post, a workout post, and a Shakeology post, it's 3 posts. So, it's not too hard to do. The other thing is just all of you guys in your challenge groups. I suck at doing this a lot of the time lately, but I need to be better about it, is you guys making sure that you're commenting, especially on your own people, but even on other people, commenting on their posts. Because I vividly remember, and I know that I'm like a little bit ridiculous, but my love language is definitely like affirmation. And when people would post like, good job, I was like, yes, they posted good job. And like, I felt really good about it. So I think that's really helpful to people. And then I'm also trying to encourage my other challengers to do that, because, we're there for them. But like, if you empower them to like cheer other people on too, I think it only like holds them more accountable.
Can we just mention how skinny and strong my mom looks right now? Did you see that picture?
Yeah, I was like, look at those arms. Like, she looks so
He
good.
totally looks like a teenager.
I know, it like blew my mind. And like, then I'm actually talking to somebody now because she felt so good about, the reason I'm saying this is because everybody commented in the group page that she was like brave enough that she actually just posted it to her regular Facebook. And then one of like our old high school teachers, Laura, do you remember Tracy Gandon?
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's like, Denise, what are you doing? I want to do it. So now I'm talking to her, and she's probably gonna do the next challenge group. So my mom's like, I'm gonna do that more often for you. I was like, okay, why don't you just coach, Mom? I've been telling you this for how long?
I was trying to get my mom. I'm like, it would be cool to like for that population, not population, but that age group. You know, like
Yes, it's like an untapped market.
Mom, and she can do this, and you know, but like people my mom's age, your mom's age,
Yes,
that too.
exactly. Anyway, sorry, that was tangent, but it was crazy.
Same thing though, like with your husbands. Kat told me that her husband's like killing it, but like have your husbands, like if they'll let you, like do before and after pictures, you know, if Shift Shop's coming, like take a before picture. My damn husband, I can't get him to finish a program for the life of me, but I'm going to try again with Shift Shop. So, I mean, you do what you can do. What? You haven't even tried Shift Shop.
I don't think it's gonna work well downstairs.
Is he already saying no?
Oh, he's already. I don't think it's going to work downstairs. It's going to work anywhere. It's an
I
at-home
actually
program.
like hammer and chisel.
Then do hammer and chisel. Go for it. Okay. Anyway. Okay. So that's kind of my plan for the month. It's taking me, I really have done nothing for it, so that's why it's taking me a while, but I'm trying to work on some sort of like emerald to diamond training, because I think we have a lot of like, you know, budding leaders, both in, you know, my team and then in Kelly's team and Kat's team and Laura's team. Like we have emeralds that have goals of being a diamond. So I want to help you guys get there, and then know, you know, diamond's like your first goal after emerald, and then your next goal is 2-star. So 2-star is where you can open a second business center. You can start qualifying for quarterly bonuses. So those are all things to work on. But I also just want to thank the team, because I'm obviously money motivated in terms of like what I need for my family. I'm trying to help provide for them, and but rank is nice too. It's fun to be recognized, and I'm in the middle of 3-star qualifying right now, and so everybody is pulling together to keep me qualified, to stay active and keep their diamonds active, and I really appreciate that. So I think I've qualified for 4 weeks now, maybe. So I have 2 weeks left, because once you became, do you think you've been a diamond for 3 weeks, Kat? Does that sound right?
Yeah, I think it was like the second week in May.
Okay, because so not Thursday. So then once you became a diamond, that was my first week of qualification was over. So then it had to be 5 more after that. So I think I have like 2 more weeks. And then I don't know how much all of you guys know about this, but so you have to qualify for your star diamond ranks, and those you have to hold it for 6 weeks. And then once you become it for 6 weeks, then you're a lifetime, like I'll be a lifetime 3-star diamond. But if then one of them loses their rank, I'll go down to 2-star. But then if they get it back, I go immediately back to 3-star, and I don't have to qualify again, if that makes sense. You know, because I became a 1-star when I had been a coach for like 3 months, because my sister became a diamond, but then she lost rank, and then it took me a whole other year to become 1-star again. But as soon as Kelly Riley became diamond, I was automatically a 1-star because I had the lifetime rank. But it's how you're recognized at Summit too. So Jessica, you'll be recognized as an emerald at Summit, which is awesome. So yeah. And Kelly, you'll be recognized as a diamond, obviously. So that's awesome too. The lines for diamond and above are much shorter, so that's nice. Just the line to get your stuff, just to check in. The other lines, it's all the same. Okay, so moving on. So just what I was saying though is I'm trying to come up with with some sort of a diamond dash. Like historically, a lot of the diamond dashes don't seem to do much. People, you have to really be engaged. So it's trying to find a balance of like having it be short or long enough with enough content and having you guys stay engaged. So I'm working on that. And then otherwise, I didn't restart my boot camp this month just because I didn't actually have anybody to put in it. So all that information is still there. So if you have any new coaches, you can always plop them in there and they can just go through the videos 1 through 7, but it'll start again July, whatever the first Monday of July is. So speaking of July, so Shift Shop comes out July 12th, and then Summit, which is the day we go to Summit, actually. I don't know when you leave, Kelly, but most of us are going on the 12th.
We're getting there early because we're making a vacation out of it. So we're getting there a day early, and then we're staying a couple days late.
So the 12th is the day early. I don't know if that's the day you're going. We're going on Wednesday.
I'm going on Tuesday.
Tuesday, okay.
Yeah.
So anyway, so we'll be talking that up a lot. Summit's going to be awesome to talk up because they're going to see you with like all these people. You want to like be a whore on Facebook like crazy and Instagram or whatever, because it'll interest people and be like, oh, what's she doing? And that looks really fun. And you'll have the live workouts with trainers. And depending on, you know, what you get for SC, you might qualify for pictures with trainers. So if you're going to Summit, work hard on your SC points this month, because that's probably what will qualify you for pictures, which is really cool. So Shift Shop comes out the 12th. So likely what I would think we would probably want to do is start a challenge group for the 17th of Shift Shop, you know. So the 12th through, because the 12th is a Wednesday, the 12th through the 16th could be like prep week, basically. If we have enough time to prep. I don't know how it's going to work with the release of that. But so what the people that I was on a call about this talked about is it's a build up program. So you build up both with food and you build up with the exercise. So the first week, you know, you have your proteins, your greens, your blues, and then you build up. I guess you're allowed like maybe some black beans and maybe some chickpeas, and that's only for the first week for your yellow containers. And then the second week, you up your protein, you up your greens. You're only allowed maybe sweet potato the second week. And then the third week, you cut it out completely. So it's just, it's more like keto. It's trying to kind of put you in keto, like a last week of weight loss. It's almost like a build up to competition plan, but a little bit different. And then the same thing with the workouts. The first week, they're 25 minutes long. The second week, they're 35 minutes long. And the third week, they're 45 minutes long. And then if you do a second round, which they're doing currently, you have a fourth week, which is 50-minute workouts. So it's a whole like build up phase, and people are having great results with it and really loving it. So I definitely think it's worth us all like really diving into and doing full out, just because, you know, just like anybody, we kind of lose, not necessarily interest, but like we lose motivation sometimes to like follow the meal plan exactly or whatever it may be. So like if we all take this and really build it up and run with it and like feel inspired and motivated ourselves, then we're all going to get really good results that we can show other people. The other thing that Kelly, I'm in it, but we're doing on her page, and I could start a thread of this, is we're doing before and after results album that she made. So like, you know, we'll have this album of before and afters that we can show prospective, you know, clients or whatever, prospective customers, coaches, when they're like, oh, I don't know if it would work for me. And you're like, well, here's my friend who, you know, started at 200 pounds and now she's 160 or whatever, because not, you know, you're going to have a specific group that you really appeal to, maybe because of your body type, but I appeal to people outside of my body type all the time too, because they'll reach out to me and it's, you know, they might say, well, yeah, you're small to begin with. And, you know, I can show them pictures when I'm 25, but that's not really like obviously what I looked like when I started. So it's not as helpful as showing, here's this person who's done it. Does that make sense? So I might try to get something like that going within our group so that we have a nice album of photos to show people if they want to see. Because I think, even if your body type looks more like somebody's than mine, it might be helpful for them to see, you know, like Dana's before pictures never, you know, like, I mean, I relate, she's my coach, I love her to death, but like Dana's always ripped basically. So like that might be hard for somebody to relate to. They might want to see more of the, like, when you
I know I would kill for her before pictures.
I was like, you need to just like really be gluttonous for like a couple of weeks or a month so that you can have like, because I feel like when she does her before pictures, she's always like trying to stick her tummy out, and I'm like, okay,
Right.
good try.
Good try. You're still hot.
Yeah. Oh my God, kids are being yick. So that's that stuff. The other things I wanted to share, a few things that I've been doing on Instagram that I had learned from other calls that you guys may have heard too, that I guess is working well. I haven't like figured out how to follow up on it yet, but I've been going on Instagram at night and trying to find people that like, you know, I'll do hashtag night nurse or something, or night nurse tattoos or something like that, you know, and trying to find people. And then I message them and I'm like, hey, you know, I stalked your page because you came up or whatever. That's cool. You've got to be a coach too, right? Have you guys heard that one? So it's cool because they usually respond either yes or no. And if they respond no, so there's one girl that like, I really feel like she could be our people. And so I haven't written her back because I'm like scared and I don't know exactly how to follow up now. I'm like, ooh, what do I do now? Because she's like, no, I'm not a coach. I just eat keto and blah, blah, blah. But she like posts like crazy. She's in NP school. And then there was this other guy that I reached out to because he was like, he posts like crazy. He's lost weight. He's a night nurse. And I was like, oh, he must be a coach. And he's like, no, I'm not a night nurse. I mean, he's like, I'm not a coach. And that's all he said. And I was like, oh, you gotta be, like, that'd be so cool. And, you know, you should join my team. And he like he wrote back to me, but he ignored that part. So I don't know. I might follow up with it at some point. But so even on Facebook, you could say that, like, you're like, oh, I just noticed we became friends. Like, you must be a coach too. It just kind of like provokes a question. I forget who it was that I was listening to, but she's like, I never just like say thank you, because I do a lot of thank yous. We're like, thanks so much for liking my page or whatever, and then like people don't either answer or they're just like, sure, you know. And I'm like, all right, well, this conversation's going nowhere. Some people I've heard, like, if they just say that, they're boring, don't worry about it, don't talk to them anymore. And like, but some people aren't. I think they just don't know what to say. But then if people say, and if you guys don't do the thank yous yet, the thank yous a lot of times will invoke like, you're welcome, I find you so inspiring. Sometimes they'll say, I wish I could do what you do. And you're like, well, you could actually do what I do. It's really not that hard. You know, I mean, you don't want to say it's not that hard, the coaching part, but working out for 20 or 30 minutes a day isn't really that hard. So that's like a good way. Or you could like just go to their page and be like, oh, I see you post like crazy too. Like, you must be a coach, you know, because people kind of make fun of us sometimes for posting a lot. So that's the other thing. Let me just see if I have I'll just share my screen with you just a second.
Hey, Laura.
Yeah.
The thing that I found recently that's gotten me a lot of conversation started with people that I have no idea who they are, is I'm like inundating people with compliments, because you have to respond if somebody says something super nice to you. And I actually
like
today, so today or a couple days ago, I became friends with this woman. I went onto her page. I looked at her page, and she posts like a lot of like inspirational like videos. And then she and I like also politically were very much aligned. And I just sent her a message, and I was like, hey, I stalked your page today. Sorry, I know that's creepy, but you're so inspiring, and I love everything that you post. I was like, plus I love your politics, something like that. And then and she responded, and we just started talking, and then we talked for maybe, I don't know, like an hour total, like just on and off throughout the day. And then I let a few days go by, and then I went back today, and I was like, hey, this is really random, but I thought of you today because I was setting up my challenge group for June, for fitness and clean eating. And you're so inspiring that I feel like the group could really benefit from having someone like you in it. Is it something that you're interested in? So it's like you're just like showering them with compliments. So
Well, I like that you're saying that the group would benefit from them too, because I always say like you could benefit from this group. It's so awesome.
yeah, no. So I've like tried to like do this like compliment route with people that I don't know, and that's the absolute best way for me, at least. Because if somebody just messaged me and was like, "You're so inspiring," that's like, I love what you post. Obviously, I'm gonna say something back. Like I'm not just gonna say thanks,
Whatever,
you know.
Yeah.
Right, exactly, like peace. So that's been huge for me. So I did that with I ended up inviting 6 people today, of which I knew none of them before last week, and every single one of them I'm on like the cusp of having them sign up.
Good. That's awesome.
So that's like a little piece of advice. I know Diego is probably going to watch this call after. He's struggling with inviting new people he doesn't know. So that's just a little bit that I've found to be helpful lately.
Yeah, so I think that's like awesome. I'm gonna try some tonight. But I've in the past personally had a hard time forming because I don't feel genuine in it a lot of the time. I feel like I'm being not genuine. So I don't know if I can share this with you guys too. These are just like little scripts and stuff that I've put together. This, one thing that I've written, which I guess goes a little bit in line with your complimenting, is just saying, I'm the rando that added you as a friend. I don't know if I don't always write. I don't normally do the whole random request thing because I actually do the random request thing a lot. But saying, oh my God, I like her. And I've had people be like, oh, it's so cool. Thanks. I really like you too. I've seen your posts or whatever, like it's complimenting them. It doesn't end with a question, which is weird, but at least it sometimes gets them even just watching you. And sometimes people who I have, I've said this before, but I have no idea that are watching me come to me later. So, oops. Okay. We just have 10 minutes left. That's fine. Yeah. So, it was Raina Odell. Cause you guys, this is something are you on a health and fitness journey, or depending, I'll say that to people sometimes too, like, oh, hey, like, thanks for the likes on Facebook. Are you on a health and fitness journey too? And I've actually gotten a lot of responses to conversation that way. Cause one person was like, no, I'm not, but I probably should be. Like, what's it all about? And then you can say like, let's chat more. This was another script I was using. You should do it with us, a 3-day refresh in the group. If I sent you some info, would you check it out? So that's some random stuff. But like in terms of also in terms of just your if he's very nervous, is he nervous about talking to random people, or just he's actually nervous about inviting people that he knows? Rue, stop.
I think he's just like in the like brand new. So he's in that first stage of like, he's struggling with talking about price to his friends because he's really young.
Yeah.
So he's got like a much younger, I guess, target base.
Mm-hmm.
And then I haven't dove into yet with him the topic of the cold network, but I know that it's not something that he is approached yet, so that's why I was talking about it.
Okay. I need to like put together too maybe some files of like I think I sent it to Jessica the other night, but I had that whole like conversation, where it's like, can I have more information, and then how to like progress through it. Because something I did when I was newer was I like vomited the price right away because I just wanted to like get it over with because it did make me so nervous. I'm like, it's $160. Okay. Do you still want to do it? And then like a lot of them would go away. So you want to, I know it's hard, especially with someone who's so new, but like you really want to build value, talk about what it's done for you, like how it's changed your life, all that kind of stuff. So that's like important. And I think that the other thing is he's so new. Even in the last few weeks, like I've gained more confidence with Shakeology. Just like, I don't know if you guys saw my post, like my whole family got the stomach bug, like vomiting, diarrhea, and I did not get sick. Like Tucker literally like puked, like puke sprays were in my face, you know, like I definitely was like exposed, and I'm the only one that drinks it regularly. I mean, stuff like that where I'm like, all right, I really think it's pretty awesome. So I just think everybody that's coaching has to get very confident in what it has done and is doing for you, you know, so that it doesn't feel like a lot. And I don't even know what I did with it, but I mean, we're going to have dinner soon. Do you really need to have an applesauce packet? You ask Daddy. If he'll let you have it, that's fine. But I think we're going to have dinner first. Maybe you can have it for dessert. Go ask your dad. I'm on call. He's out on the porch cooking. That porch. The porch I'm pointing to with my finger? The front porch, right where your father is. I mean, this is confusing, apparently. Oh, my God. Anyway. So I don't know what you guys – I need to do more of a call basically on cold market and probably inviting in general. I think inviting for everybody is always the scariest part. But the more confidence you invite with, the more people – the more believable you are, the more – I mean, and that – not that you shouldn't be believable, but – like my example would be when I was a brand new nurse at Children's Hospital, I didn't learn IVs in college. They said it was a skill. So I learned them like a few on my coworkers. I went in and did my first one. And then I pretty much told everybody that I wanted to do their IVs. And so they would say, oh, we're going to bring Laura in to do your IVs. Like I was like some like specialty nurse for IVs. And I went in with like confidence and like, I'm a rockin' IV nurse now. Like because I did it with confidence, like you have to invite with confidence. If you invite, you're like, I don't know if you'll really like this. And I don't really know if it's worth your money, but you should try it. Well, nobody's going to buy it, you know. What? Wow. It's amazing. So I think like, you know, more of us too could share experiences of what Shakeology is doing for us. It might be helpful. Like my sister who historically napped every single day forever. She's a napper, you know, started drinking Shakeology and stopped napping. Like it was incredible. It just gave her energy that she didn't have before. So like things like that, where you could share stories, even if it's not you specifically. I had a really hard time because I was having issues with my health for the first like 16 months that I was drinking Shakeology, and I was sick literally all the time. And everyone's like, it's so amazing. I never get sick. And I'm like, well, that's not true for me. I can't share that story, but like you can share other people's stories, you know? So I think that could be helpful if we, you know, came together and put that together for new coaches too, of the different ways that it helps us. If you have pregnant coaches, you have Kelly Spencer. If not that she's pregnant anymore, but she was and did this through pregnancy. If you have diabetic customers or coaches, you have Kelly Riley, who's a type 1 diabetic. And, you know, I love sharing stuff about that because she's just done, you know, so well. If you have high blood pressure, I had high blood pressure and I've been off meds for over a year. And that's like pretty incredible. And I really don't share about it ever, which I should. But you know, different stuff like that we should be sharing more with people so that people know how amazing these products and the routines are for us. Was that helpful? I don't know. So yeah, that's really all I had for today. And then Kelly gave me a few ideas for team calls moving forward. And if you guys have questions or things that you want talked about unanswered on team calls, I'm happy to do that anytime. So, or if you want like a specific type of guest speaker, I can find that too, because I think guest speakers can be really helpful as well.
I feel like maybe like a dude at some point, because if I worry that, and I'm speaking for Allie, but I would worry that Diego, I think he has like this untapped market that he could get into really. Mm-hmm. And I would worry that we would lose him just because it's all chicks, and he's gay. In a, I think so.
Okay. Well, so not that matters, but Tony, is in Team Drop the Cookie. He is a gay man that's working this market, so that could be helpful. I also have, you know, straight friend, males that are in this market. and I don't know, like, I'm not a gay man, so I don't know how that works market wise, like who he feels like he's appealing to, but like
Right.
you can also set up, you know, a 3-on-1 or 4-on-1 or a team call with one of those people if that's helpful to him. I'd love to do that.
That would be awesome.
But yeah, I mean, he definitely
I just feel like he's one of these people that could be really, really successful, or we could just lose him because
Right.
we're all chicks. So I just want it to be the former.
totally. And there are a lot of men, not a lot. There are men. It's an untapped market because there are not enough men coaching. So I hope
Right.
that helps, you know, inspire him to not give up. And Beachbody started with male coaches. Like male coaches were doing it all, and then the women came in and took over. So basically, we need to get some men back too. One of the guys actually that was on the call prior to this for Shift Shop is a guy who his wife, it's kind of like Pete and I, like has been begging him to do stuff, and he just was like a, you know, a gym guy and like kind of wouldn't buy into it. And now he's like feeling like amazing and doing so well. So, and I mean, and Keith Callahan are like up above Liz Hartkey is obviously a male that is like, he's in the Millionaires Club. Like he has done very, very well. So we have a lot of people in our up and down line that can be helpful and inspiring to him. We just have to figure out what he kind of wants. So definitely like ask him or have him reach out to me, and I can try to hook that up.
Yeah, maybe let's have a call with him.
Okay. With who?
With Diego.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Like, so we can just get an idea
Yeah.
about what he wants and stuff. Because Allie is still so new, too, that it's hard for her to try to figure this stuff out.
Absolutely. Yeah, let's do that for sure. All right. Does anybody else have any questions or anything to say before we wrap up? Thank you guys for getting on.
Thank you.
All right. I'll post this call later, hopefully.
Laura.
Bye. Nice to see your face.
Bye.
Thanks
Thank
for
Bye.
again. See you, Kelly.